She's upset with you. You genuinely don't think you did anything wrong. Maybe you set a boundary. Maybe you made a reasonable decision. Maybe what happened was just a misunderstanding. But she's hurt. And now you're stuck in this impossible situation where she wants an apology and you're thinking, but I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I apologize? So you don't apologize. And the tension just sits there. Or you give some half-hearted, sorry you're upset, that makes things worse. Let me show you how to apologize in situations like this without lying or abandoning what you actually believe. First, you need to understand something crucial. There's a difference between apologizing for your actions and apologizing for the impact of your actions. You can apologize for how something affected her without agreeing that what you did was wrong. Let me say that again because it's the key to this whole thing. Apologizing for impact doesn't mean you're saying, I shouldn't have done that. It means you're saying, I see that what I did hurt you, and I'm sorry you're hurting. Those are completely different apologies. Here's a real example. Let's say you told her you couldn't do something she wanted you to do because you had other plans. You weren't being difficult. You genuinely had a conflict. But she's upset because she feels like you chose something else over her. You don't think you were wrong to honor your existing commitment. But her hurt is real. An apology for impact sounds like this. I can see that my saying no really hurt you. I'm sorry that happened. That's not what I wanted. Notice what you're not saying. You're not saying, I'm sorry I said no, because you're not sorry about that decision. You're saying, I'm sorry you're hurt, because you genuinely are sorry she's in pain, even if you'd make the same choice again. Here's another way to think about it. Imagine you accidentally step on someone's foot. You didn't mean to. It was a genuine accident. Do you apologize? Of course you do, because even though you didn't intend to hurt them, the hurt still happened. And you're sorry that it happened. That's apologizing for impact. The hurt is real even when the intention was innocent. The same principle applies with your wife. Even when you think your actions were justified, if those actions caused her pain, you can acknowledge that pain. Now here's where most men get stuck. They think apologizing means admitting fault. It doesn't. Apologizing means acknowledging reality. And the reality is that she's hurt. That's worth acknowledging, regardless of whether you think you were wrong. So what does this actually sound like in different scenarios? Scenario 1. You made a decision she disagrees with, but you still think it was the right call. Don't say, well, I did what I thought was best and you'll just have to accept it. Do say, I can see my decision upset you. That's not what I wanted to happen. Can you help me understand what's really bothering you about this? You're acknowledging her upset without backtracking on your decision. Scenario 2. She's hurt by something you said, but you didn't mean it the way she took it. Don't say, that's not what I meant, so you shouldn't be upset. Do say, I can see what I said hurt you, and I'm sorry for that. That wasn't my intention at all. Let me try to explain what I meant. You're validating the hurt before clarifying the intention. Scenario 3. You set a boundary and she's mad about it. Don't say, I have a right to set boundaries, so this is your problem. Do say, I understand this boundary is hard for you, and I'm sorry it's creating this tension. This is something I need, and I hope we can work through how to make it work for both of us. You're maintaining the boundary while acknowledging it's difficult for her. Here's what all of these have in common. You're separating your action from her pain. Your action might have been justified. Her pain is still real. Both things can be true at the same time. Now let me tell you what not to do when you don't think you're wrong. Don't say, I'm sorry you feel that way. This is the worst non-apology ever. It sounds like you're apologizing, but you're really just saying, your feelings are the problem here, not my actions. Don't say, I'm sorry, but, and then launch into why you were right. The but erases the apology and makes it clear you're not actually sorry about anything. Don't refuse to apologize on principle because I didn't do anything wrong. That's prioritizing being right over her feeling heard and valued. And don't make it about you by saying, well, I was hurt too, or bringing up something she did. That's deflecting, not addressing what's happening right now. Here's something that might help you understand why this matters so much. When your wife is upset and you refuse to apologize because you don't think you're wrong, what she hears is, being right is more important to me than how you feel. Even if that's not what you mean, even if you're just standing on principle, that's what she experiences. But when you apologize for the impact while maintaining your position, what she hears is, I care that you're hurting, even though I still believe my action was necessary. That's completely different. One makes her feel dismissed. The other makes her feel valued, even in disagreement. Let me walk you through a full example so you can see how this plays out. You forgot to tell her about plans you made. It slipped your mind, genuinely just forgot. She's upset because she feels left out. But you don't think forgetting something one time makes you a terrible husband who never considers her. Old approach. It's not that big of a deal. I just forgot. Why are you so upset about this? New approach. You're right. I should have told you about those plans. I can see how forgetting made you feel like you weren't important, and I'm really sorry about that. It was an honest mistake, but I get why it hurt. See the difference? You're owning the impact without agreeing that you're this terrible person who never thinks about her. Here's the thing about apologizing for impact. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean you were wrong. It means you're mature enough to care about how your actions affect the person you love, even when those actions were justified. That's actually strength, not weakness. One more important piece. After you apologize for the impact, don't immediately defend yourself or explain why you did what you did. Let the apology sit for a minute. Give her space to feel heard. Then, if it seems right, you can explain your perspective. But don't rush from apology to defense in the same breath. Now I know some of you are thinking, but what if she's totally overreacting? What if her hurt is unreasonable? Even if you think her reaction is disproportionate, her feelings are still her feelings. You don't have to agree with them to acknowledge them. Try. I can see you're really upset about this. Help me understand why this hit you so hard, because I want to get what I'm missing. You're not agreeing she's right to be that upset. You're acknowledging she is that upset and you want to understand. Here's the bottom line. Apologizing when you don't think you're wrong isn't about lying. It's about separating intent from impact. You can stand by your decision while still acknowledging it created pain. You can maintain your boundary while still caring that it's hard for her. You can explain your perspective while still validating hers. When you apologize for impact, you're not saying I was wrong. You're saying I see you, I hear you, and your pain matters to me even when I don't agree with your interpretation. That's what transforms conflict from a battle about who's right into a conversation about how to move forward together. So next time she's upset and you don't think you did anything wrong, try this. I can see that what I did hurt you, and I'm genuinely sorry for that pain. Can we talk about what's really going on here? That apology costs you nothing, but it gives her something huge, the feeling that she matters more to you than being right. Comment below. Have you ever struggled to apologize when you don't think you're wrong? How do you usually handle it? If you want more help navigating these situations, grab the ebook. Links in the first comment or my bio.